Hi everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Sphere's Art Station. Today I'm bringing a new video, and I modeled the Undead staff for this week. This is like my new favorite one. I think it looks really good, came out really nice. And the Undead like magic or theme is really fun to play around with, and I really enjoyed this one. Uh, do like a quick little overview of the rendered here. Left side is our base staff per usual, and it is, I would say, more gothic kind of themed. We have like the spider handle, these sharp kind of pieces that make the staff. At the bottom we have a nice like kind of keychain thing, like a little spiky chain, and then the top is the like a lantern that I picture kind of having like a spirit. Think of the spirit tornado thing from Mortal Kombat. That's what I was picturing. It's gonna have like a bunch of souls and stuff inside of it. It kind of shoots those out as its main projectile. So that one's pretty cool. More gothic than Undead, you know, kind of grim. But then the upgraded version, which is really cool in my opinion, is more to that traditional Undead theme. Where we have like we're gonna get into it in the time lapse, but I just want to do like an overview. It has like a spine kind of design with like the bones and the fleshy kind of material. Another kind of spider thing going on here. It has awesome like bat wings, and then I really like the kind of tower piece that leads up to the berserk sacrifice insignia. Yeah, very cool. Let's jump into the whole time lapse part of it. I'll talk about what I'm doing, and yeah, let's jump into it and hope you enjoy the video. Okay, so starting off with the base staff here, and I actually did record the upgraded version as well. I just wanted to throw that in there. But so for the base staff, like I said before, it was more gothic themed, the traditional kind of undead theme. So I wanted to start off by making kind of like organic, kind of almost like sculpted pieces. I don't know how to describe it, like some monastery type of piece, if you know what I mean. And like the star shape there, and I just started playing around with the verts, trying to get a unique looking spiky was definitely something I had in mind. Right, and this next part here is the pommel of the staff. I just took that first piece and like duplicated it to get the staff shape. I did want the bottom part to be a little bit more different, so I just modeled a new piece here. And instead of dealing with the array, because sometimes it's a little finicky, I just started to duplicate and mirror it by hand. And this next part here is where I make the chain that dangles down from the pommel a little bit of more extra detail. And then right here, I'm just doing like a quick little showcase at the halfway point. We have the kind of chain dangling, the pommel's done, and then the actual staff shape is starting to take form. And this is the part where I make these kind of like spider handle. I didn't make it look like 100% like a spider because it did have to hold the character's hand, but to have like that kind of silhouette shape going on here. To make the spider legs, I just cut the handle part in half, threw in a mirror modifier, and then just insetted the faces, and then extrude them out. I did like the control click to get like snappy kind of extrusions that just like pop and kind of make that more like not origami, organic kind of feel, to get like sharper spider legs. Okay, and here's the final part of the Undead base staff. It is the lantern piece. Now this one was a bit tricky, but fun to make. I had 5 different lanterns in mind for my reference board, but I already had other lanterns like for level design, which I've also been doing recently, so I wanted this one to be very distinct. There's 2 kind of key ideas I had in mind. Number 1 was of course keeping it spiky and sharp to match the staff design that we already have kind of going on. But the other one was like a little bit unique here. I wanted the beams that connect the top and bottom peaks to be skinny and kind of bendy. I don't know, I just felt like they kind of matched the undead art theme I had kind of going on in mind. this is the part I was talking about that connects the two pieces, like that bridging part. You can see in the first time I'm making it here how they're thicker and it looks much more enclosed. And if I wanted it to have like that open like VFX of souls going on, I realized that it would have to be much more lankier and fits the theme better. You're gonna see soon, and I feel like I'm showing this, as a process of modeling because you're always changing things and you want to really relate what you're doing to the final end product you wish to have. And now we're going to be starting the upgraded staff here. This one is actually a bit more simpler. I modeled, right here I'm modeling like the spine bone piece. I wanted it to look a blend of kind of realistic but also stylized. And it looks like one of those cylinders for the spine here, and then I just add the back a spine spike piece. Okay, I did forget to hit record to making the pommel piece there, that little spider clip, but it's nothing really crazy. Here I start actually making the staff. I take my reference one on the side there, duplicated it, and then that's like the fleshy part that connects them. And then I just take the simple bone piece I made, duplicate it, and try to. I didn't want to make it like straight, because they're all pretty much straight. This one I wanted to actually be curvy, which of course relates to, the spine. Actually, right here I'm gonna add too much of them because I kind of forgot that I need to have a top piece, and I wanted it to be a blend of that fleshy cylinder part and then the actual bony pieces. This was really fun though, just to kind of see everything come together. It was much more unique than the other ones in my opinion. Okay, and now it's time for the big set piece of the upgraded Undead staff here, which are the wings. Like the lantern, I had many references, but I chose these ones because they were a bit more stylized, not just simple bat wings. There was two steps to this. Number one was modeling, I guess, the bony kind of part here. Simple cylinder, and I just extruded it and tried to follow my reference image. The other part, which we'll get to, are the actual fleshy wing pieces. And I'm sure there are like other ways to do this too, but for me, I just took I guess like the appropriate parts to get that bend that kind of connects the wings. about here, I kind of realized that I didn't want to have all those bony pieces, and I just ended up moving this one because it was too close to the end one. I just started to reshape those pieces, kind of making them bend. I got something I'm kind of happy with here. I started modeling the actual wing pieces. Originally, I was bridging the edges in between the sticking out pieces and the big kind of top piece, but it started looking really finicky, especially with the normals, so I just took a simple route here and just modeled them with simple plane and then played around with the individual verts to get a nice curve. And then that's everything, yeah. So step on some materials. It was a little tricky to get that fleshy one, but yeah, because it was like a blend of not wanting it to be too realistic and kind of gross, but still kind of not super simple. But it has a little bit of white spots for like fattiness, and then a little bit of veins with Voronoi texture. Nothing too crazy. The actual bones was too simple noise texture, and pretty much the same kind of thing here but different colors. But yeah, I think it turned out pretty cool. This is definitely my favorite staff. The next one is, I actually have a lot of stuff to do, but the next one I want to do is the Hydro staff. The base staff, I guess there's a little bit of foreshadowing, but the base staff, I was thinking of making it like a pirate themed, and then the upgraded version is going to be like heavily aquatic themed, like some corals and some cool water shaders and everything. But for this week, we have the Undead staff. Let me know what you think in the comments, and thank you for watching. Have a great day.